Welcome back. In this lecture, we are going to understand and implement practically about the remote exec provisioner, right? So as usual, the prerequisite is you have the Terraform key stored in your private keys folder in your Terraform manifest. Okay, so if you see here in the private key folder, you have the Terraform key.pem available for you. So these are the remote exec provisioner 0902. And the templates are going to be same C1 to C6. Only in the EC2 instance related to remote exec you are going to write the things here. Rest all I have removed all other file provisioners from the previous section. Connection block is going to be as is. Okay, so first let's understand what is remote exec provisioner. Okay, so the remote exec provisioner invokes a script on the remote resource after it is created. So once the EC2 instance is created, it can invoke a script inside that mission. So this can be used to run a configuration management tool, bootstrap into a cluster, or whatever the requirements we have. Okay, so now we are going to implement some practical use case here, and then that practical use case will use both the file provisioner and then remote exec provisioner. So let's see what does the use case mean for us. Okay, so first thing is using file provisioner, we are going to copy a file named filecopy.html to /temp directory. Okay, and using remote exec provisioner, using Linux commands, we will run a inline script. Okay, so instead of calling a some script written in shell script or something, we'll run a inline script there. Means like inside that you are going to run the commands, Linux commands directly. Okay, so using Linux commands, we will in turn copy the file to Apache web server static content directory var3w html and access it via browser once it is provisioned. So using provisioner, file provisioner from your local directory app/filecopy.html, you will send it to destination in the EC2 instance or new resource whatever you are getting. You will copy it to /temp filecopy.html. Okay, and next using remote exec provisioner. Okay, so first what you will do is you will wait for 120 seconds. Okay, because your var3w html folder should be ready. Okay, so when it will be ready, after instance is created, using user data, the Apache install.sh script will run and then create it. Okay, so it might hardly take some around 120 seconds or something. So you will wait for some 120 seconds and then you will copy this /temp filecopy.html present in the EC2 instance to var3w html using sudo. Okay, so ECT user with sudo only you will be able to copy that. You will do that and then you will execute the commands and then test the whole story. Okay, so now let's go back to our terminal, right? Before that, if you want, we can see the same content here. So first is the connection block in C4 EC2 instance, and next is the file provisioner. We'll copy file copy whatever we have discussed just now, and next is the remote exec provisioner related content. Okay, so now we will go back to our terminal. We'll go to 09 Terraform provisioners and 0902 remote exec provisioners. Okay, and inside Terraform manifest, so we have Apache install.sh, apps folder, private key C1, C2, C3, C4, C5, C6. And one thing is inside private key, whatever you do, chmod private chmod 400 private key terraform.key. Okay, so that one we will put that way. And now we'll run the Terraform init to initialize the working directory. So let's wait for the provider to be downloaded and then we'll move on with the next steps. Okay, so I'll say Terraform validate to verify if any issues, and then I'll move on with the Terraform apply directly. Okay, and once the plan is printed, I'll say yes to move on with creating the resources. Okay, so our core testing here, I'll say yes and then move on. And our core testing here is going to be once it is created, you will go to login to EC2 instance and then verify the files in temp it is present, and then in var3w it is present, and then access via browser. Okay, so these things we are going to test now. So let the EC2 instance get created. So our EC2 instance got created. So let's go up And if you see, our VPC, SSH, and then web related security groups got created, EC2 instance getting created, and file provisioner got executed, and after that the remote exec provisioner started executing. So inside that it said that in remote exec connecting to remote host via SSH, and you can see the host here. To that respective IP it has connected, which is nothing but 125.37.55 using SSH, using user EC2 user, and with private key whatever we have provided true, and SSH agent true, and then it connected. Finally it says that remote exec connected, and then whatever the job it need to do, it need to wait for 120 seconds and then do it. So it waited and then finally done the copy of that file and then completed everything. Okay, so now let's go back to our GitHub repository. You can see we can connect to our EC2 instance using the respective command. So I'll say copy and then paste, and EC2 user @ this is the IP address. Okay, and now it will get connected. Okay, now first we'll check the temp folder and you will find the file copy.html is present. So now we'll go to var 3w html. Okay, and there also you should find file copy.html. So now let's exit from this Linux machine and come here and then take this IP, right, copy, go to browser, and if you say this one, the basic index.html is present, whatever you have seen that. Okay, and I will say /file copy.html. so whatever we have copied, simple file copy using Terraform file provisioner and then remote exec provision, whatever we have done, so it has taken care. Okay, so you are able to access it, so which clearly states that our remote exec provisioner entire demo is successful. Okay, so I'll go ahead and then destroy the resources now, so and then clean up the stuff. So I'll say Terraform destroy auto approve, and I'll also clean up these two files. So in our next lecture we'll focus on another provisioner, which is nothing but local exec provisioner. So I'll see you in the next lecture. Until then, bye bye. Thank you.